I wouldn't even use your face for your campaign slogan. I would use the picture of Ted Cruz on the phone banging for Trump, where he looked miserable and defeated, and explain that that's the guy. He's not a strong guy. He's a weak guy, and he'll do as he's told. And he's told by his donors normally, and if Trump tells him, after all the insults, he'll go work for Trump. So, just curious, what do you think of that strategy?
You know, I think what really resonates in Texas and the judgment the Texans have already formed is that upon being sworn in 2013 to this incredibly high position of public trust, Ted Cruz left Texas. And he was in Iowa and New Hampshire and South Carolina and Nevada, and he wasn't in any of the places that I've mentioned that we've been in Texas already during this campaign. And not only did he campaign for the presidency, but in pursuit of that office, he shut down the government of the United States. And we have to remember, he did it for the reason that he believed that millions of Americans who now had the ability to see a doctor should be prevented from doing so, that we had to repeal Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. And that came at terrific cost to this country, to the people of Texas, to those that he was sworn to serve. And his inability to get past his career, his ideology, his partisanship means that he hasn't been able to deliver for the people of Texas. And they really care about that, and they have taken note, and it affords us a big opening to talk about the way that we have served in the House, working on a bipartisan basis, having the courage of our convictions, never relenting from that, but being able to find some common ground to get some things done for the people that we care about. That's the contrast that we want to share with the people of Texas. And again, I think for most of them, maybe reflected in that first poll in April, they've formed their opinion of him. They're interested in knowing what it is I care about, what I want to do, how working together we're going to make life better for Texans and for this country.
You're a better man than I am. I like that I don't know that I like it that you're keeping it on the high road. I'd go with sad Ted Cruz, sad Ted, and just that picture of him. Will you vote for Trump? Anyway, I think it goes to his character. I really do. That he's not trying to look out for the voters. He's just constantly worried about his career, which is the same thing you're saying, but in nicer terms. To give you the juxtaposition, guys, you might wonder, hey, why did Ted Cruz wind up endorsing Trump after all the terrible things that Trump said about him, his wife, his father, and he'd done the kind of courageous, somewhat positioning move at the convention Cruz had of not endorsing Trump, but he eventually did, and he did the sad Ted phone banking. It's because his top donor in the primaries was the Mercer Group. And so Rebecca and Robert Mercer gave $13 million to Ted Cruz. And when he did not endorse Trump during the convention, they slammed the door in his face when he went to go see them in his suite, because he ran home to his daddy, his donors. And so he's like, Robert, how did I do? And he got the door slammed in his face. And like a good servant, turned around and endorsed Trump. That's who Ted Cruz is. So if you wind up beating Cruz, it's not just that a Democrat won in Texas, a progressive who ran on Medicare for all won in Texas, but not only that, you proved that you could win uncorrupted. That would be gigantic. It would make all the difference.